Do not RSVP on a No King's Day website. Just show up there. The fact that they're asking for your full name, your phone number, and your email, I feel like this was common knowledge, but I'm just going to make a video to say it. Don't do that.
Okie dokie. I've addressed this multiple times before, but I keep seeing content like this the last couple of days. It doesn't matter if you RSVP to No King's Day or not. Do not let an RSVP be the barrier that keeps you from attending. You absolutely can just show up, but as I've talked about in much longer videos, there are logistical reasons why it might be a good idea to RSVP. It helps the event planners know how many porta potties to have. It helps us know how many crossing guards we need. It helps us plan safe evacuation routes. The way you plan for and support the safety needs of a protest with 100 folks is very different from 500 or 5,000. But I've seen far too many creators who are like, you're a fool if you RSVP, this is like dangerous, or this is bad. Like this creator's like, I thought it was common knowledge, like you shouldn't do this. No, it's not common knowledge because it's totally fine if you RSVP. Again, I understand why there are concerns. The question I really want you to ask yourself is, are those concerns legitimate? And the reason that I want to ask you that is this regime is desperate to chill dissent. They are desperate to make you afraid to do things that were very normal, mundane just a year ago. They want you to freak out and second guess every action that you take. Could this get me in trouble with the state? Is this something that could get me on a list or get me, in legal trouble with Pam Bondi and the DOJ? They want you to hesitate. They want you to second guess. They want to make you paranoid, like straight up. And I just want to reassure folks, No King's Day, those are entirely legal events. We are dedicated to nonviolence. Everything around No King's Day is about exercising your constitutionally protected right to free speech. We are allowed to peaceably assemble and petition the government for a redress of our grievances with basic constitutional rights. If you are afraid to sign up for No King's Day because you're worried about what the government would do, I really want to ask you to sit for a moment and think about what it is that you're scared of. And are your fears matching the facts? Are your fears realistic? Or is the propaganda of the regime low-key kind of working on you, right? Are you starting to be a little bit paranoid? Again, do not let an RSVP be a deterrence from you attending. If you're scared about RSVPing, that's okay. I just want you to think about these concepts. Still show up on Saturday. But at the same time, think about the fact that everything we're doing with Indivisible, entirely legal. Ezra from Indivisible says that we organize in the broad light of day. Everything is public. Nothing is behind closed doors because we're not afraid. We have to act unafraid. We have to be unafraid because nothing we are doing is wrong or illegal. You have to exercise your rights or they will take them away. If you do not continue to boldly exercise your rights, the regime will then say that those rights no longer exist. They want you to cower. They want you to be afraid. They want you to be fearful of engaging in very simple actions that would have seemed incredibly normal just a year ago. So I think it's really, really important for us to consider, am I fearful of this action because the regime is trying to make me afraid to exercise my rights? Are they trying to make me more hesitant? And am I allowing the psychological warfare that the Trump regime is engaged in against American citizens? Am I allowing that to work on me? What is it that you are afraid of if you RSVP? Now, again, logistical reasons why it's good to RSVP, but I think there's more to it than that. I've seen a lot of people be like, it's really suspicious that Indivisible asks you for your information. It's really suspicious that Indivisible wants your phone number and your email. It's not nefarious, y'all. This is basic community organizing. This is basic coalition building. They want your email and your phone number so they can let you know what the next events are. I went to a Crafters Against Fascism thing last night, and anytime I go to an event where I'm like, oh, there was this protest, or there was this community event, there was this potluck, there was a meeting with our congresswoman, whatever it is, I get people in my comments every single time. How'd you hear about that? How on earth? I didn't know about that until you talked about it. How do I find out about these things in advance? Give Indivisible your email and your phone number, and they email you and text you with information about upcoming events. In particular, this is really useful if your local Indivisible group is organizing for a rapid response team, right? Where there might be an action where y'all need to very quickly get the word out to everybody in your Indivisible group, like, hey, we need to jump on this. Apple decided to take the Ice Block app out of the Apple Store. Okay, cool. We're all going to meet down at the Apple Store here in Portland. We're going to have a big picket in front of it, and we're going to have our social media team here. We're all going to meet in 60 minutes downtown. Who can show up? Let's go. Right? There are all kinds of reasons that you need a rapid response team, especially if you're doing like things to protect your community from ICE. So you want to be able to reach your members quickly and also just reach them to let them know about what future events are happening. Community organizing relies on communication. It relies on us being able to follow through with people and let them know about what events are happening and how they can participate. It's not nefarious. It's not sus, y'all. If you want to get looped in about actions that you can take and ways that you can plug into resistance, you got to be on a distribution list, right? You got to be able to get texts and emails about upcoming events. I can't tell you how many times I'll get a text and be like, don't forget this indivisible thing tonight. I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot to put that on my plan. I guess I'm doing this now. And I rearrange my schedule. It's so helpful to have a last minute text. But RSVP or not, RSVPs are helpful for the event planners, and they help you get connected and stay connected and be appraised of upcoming events. But RSVP or not, totally up to you. You do your thing. But if you turn out on No King's Day, please do. Because in the future, someone's going to ask you, where were you on No King's Day 2? Where were you on the single biggest day of protest in the history of the United States? And I don't know about you, but I want to say I was out in the streets with millions and millions of other people. But don't let No Kings be like this thing that you do on Saturday and then you just go back to your regular life. No Kings should be getting your toe in the door. It should be whetting your appetite for resistance. It should be the first step as you begin your progression to get more plugged in, lend your skills, your time, your energy, your much needed voice to the resistance movement. We need you, not just on Saturday. The totality of your resistance cannot be just showing up on a Saturday for a protest. It's a great morale booster. It helps you connect with other people. It helps you feel really empowered. It's so good and so positive. And it also creates that visual display of massive public opposition. Every corner of the United States, millions and millions of people are standing up and saying, no more of this. That is all super important, but No Kings is also about recruitment. It's also about bringing people on board and saying, look at how great this was. Look at how empowered you feel. We got more for you though. You can level up. You can do the next thing. Now that you're here, now that we're interfacing with you and getting to know you, now that you're getting to know your neighbors, now that you're seeing how many people in your town are committed to resistance work, let's get you brought into the fold here and give you some tasks, help you level up. This is how we build a broad-based coalition of, again, remember, 3.5% of the population in sustained resistance. Engaging in actions every day that push back against the regime, that chisel away at the pillars of support under the regime, and that care for each other, right? We got to have the mutual aid. We got to have the effective eroding of the pillars. We have to have the pushback from every corner, every small way. Big actions, big public actions like No King's Day, those are visible demonstrations, but what they're really about is getting you folded in so that you can carry out your own acts of resistance on a daily basis. Because it is that cumulative power of all of us doing our own small actions. In permaculture, we say slow, small solutions. Small acts can have a big impact. Many hands make light work. All of us coming together, doing our small tasks, that adds up to tremendous power pushing against the regime. Don't be afraid of RSVPing. If you can't do it, if you're real freaked out by it, that's okay. Come on Saturday. We want to see you. We want to meet you. But consider that signing up is how you find out about those next actions. The ones where you're like, how did I not hear about that? Don't have FOMO, right? Sign up, get on the list, and you will be informed. You'll know about the Crafters Against Fascism meetings. You'll know about the mutual aid events. You'll know about the rapid response events. You'll know about potlucks, movie nights, trainings. Everybody wants to know, when is the next resistance boot camp? Get on the email list and find out. Please think about whether or not your fear is rational, or whether you're kind of letting the propaganda of the regime work on you and deprive you of something good that could help you be more effective in your resistance organizing.